Did you ever experience that lavatory alpha, which is one in front cabin, was blocked? You was not allowed to use it. The reason behind might be that the pipes from the lavatory are clogged. They're blocked for some reason. Something gets stuck there. You most probably know what. And today I would like to show you why it most probably never happened on Austrian flights. So let's take a look at it. So what is our task today? We're gonna perform waistline cleaning from lavatory alpha, which is all the way in the front, all the way to the waist tank, which is in the aft section of aft cargo, bulk cargo. I'll show you where it is in a minute. And for this cleaning, we're gonna use that device, which is behind me, which is called Waliclean. And during this process, I will tell you how this works. So let's start. First, we need to get access to the tank and to lavatory, and for that we need to enter in the bulk cargo, and here we need to open one of those two panels. So let's remove them. And again, those studs are a good idea, but install them is really hard. But we'll get to it during installation. Now let's take a look in the compartment. So this is our waste tank. All the unwanted material which comes from toilet goes there. So we are storing all the, let's say this way, gray water or waste from the toilets. Massive tank. And of course, the material or this gray water is sucked in this tank thanks to either a vacuum generator, which is all the way there in the back, and from certain altitude we are using only outside pressure, so it is sucked thanks to differential pressure between the cabin and outside world. This pipe is quite long. This is basically a line which leads from the forward lavatory, and it goes all the way there. Through the way, it passing through several, let's say, 90 degrees, which are really hard to for this water to pass through if you have some solid object there. By the time, thanks to water and all the particles which are passing through those pipes, there is a buildup of calcium, and on that calcium we are catching pieces of the paper and all kind of stuff, and because of that we need to clean them from time to time, or at least in Austrian Airlines we clean them very regularly, so we can avoid clogging of those pipes. Later on I'll just show you how it looks inside, because we need to remove that piece over there, and on that part we're gonna connect our Waliclean, but the whole procedure I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, you will see how it looks inside. Now it's time to pull some CDs before we start to opening anything else. Of course, reason for that is that we're gonna disconnect the pipes, so that's why we need to pull those CDs, so generator will be disabled and we can open lines. Now we need to remove this lavatory alpha shroud and get to the toilet itself. I remove the screws. I'll take out the shroud. It's very light, it's made out of composite materials. This is basically toilet bowl, and this is how it looks. So you have some control module. On this side you have a gate valve which will let the everything what is inside of the bowl sucked into the pipes, and basically we're gonna disconnect it over here and connect Waliclean there. So let's do that. But before, let's prepare the machine itself. This is how it looks. We're gonna fill the water inside of it. Here we're gonna put citric acid, and yeah, here we have all the pipes which we're gonna need for it, and all the connections. And yep, inside. Later I'll show you how it looks inside of the tank. But yeah, let's fill it. So we're gonna do this. As I showed you on one of my previous videos, we have water and electricity available near to almost every airplane. Safety first. We plug the water line. Okay, so water line is plugged. Now we need to fill the tank with citric acid. No треба. That's about it. Now we'll plug it to electricity, and then we fill the water. So let's wake up our machine. Let's start filling process. So we'll switch filling valve to on.
A few moments later.
Okay, here you can see that citric acid is almost melted, and it is part of the water. And as well, we can clean the compartment with a nozzle which will rotate inside. The all citric acid we're gonna get into the system. And meanwhile system is filling up, we can prepare the hoses for cleaning of our system. Basically, with this hose we'll create circle, pressurized circle. And yeah, it's very, very long. Okay, my colleague switched on the airplane, so it will be a bit noisy here. But hopefully you're gonna hear what I'm saying. It's a very nice place to be in. We need to disconnect this pipe over here. I have for any case a bucket with me, but there should be nothing because I flushed the toilet. So this is one clamp. I'll move it aside. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it's fine. It's open. There is nothing inside. Then the second one. If you don't like smell, you should not do this. Okay. So it's really visible that this procedure is done quite regularly because the pipes looks really clean. Now we need to connect this one on it. Here, the smell is always something special. Okay, now the clamp. Okay, so that's that. I'll take this. I need to clean that one. Inside of this is a pressure switch. which we're gonna inform the device, the Waliclean, that the pressure is correct, so we have no leak, so we're not gonna flood either cargo or the cabin. So for that we're gonna use this device, so connected as well. As you can see, my movement here is very limited, and imagine that if I'll be on 321 on the left side, there will be also water tank, but about that we can talk maybe some other day. This is very simple device. We just need to hook it on. One, the other clamp, now the hose. And last but not least, the connector. Good. So the cargo part is done. Now we move to the cabin. And before we continue, let me show you how it looks inside of the pipe. This is how it looks before cleaning, so it really makes sense to do this because you don't see any buildup. As a comparison, I get the pictures from my good friend Jakub. This is how the pipes looks like in their airline, and you can quite clearly see buildup of the water scale, which reduce the diameter of the pipe, which quite clearly reduce the flow rate in the pipe, and that can lead to blockage in the future. And on this example, you can clearly see how much we care about the comfort of our passengers and of course how to reduce future costs of the maintenance. That's about it, and we can go back to our procedure. So, same procedure over here. We're gonna remove the clamp. Then we'll slide away the hose. Lubricate the O-ring. Install the hose. Install the clamp. That easy. Now the return line, pressure sensor, hose to our Waliclean, and the last thing, connector. On airplane side, we are done with everything. Now we can continue on Waliclean. We can plug our hoses to unit, supply line. This will go to aft cargo, and the drain line I will plug into the cabin. As an next, I need to plug electrical connectors from our sensors, and I need to be sure that I'm connecting it to correct socket, because based on this, Waliclean knows what is going on. If I plug it other way around, I can get fault. Okay, tank is in the level which we're gonna need for flushing our toilet, so we can close the filling valve. Now, based on our contamination, we need to select the time. Our contamination is not that high. Basically, it's very small, so we'll go only with the 5 hours. Once I hit the start, it will start leak test. So, which means it will pressurize the line, the whole loop, and if it will in required time drop below green line, it means that we have a leak. But as you can see, it holds well, which means that soon, whenever the machine is satisfied with the leak check, it will start the whole process of sending the fluid into the loop. Okay, the pressure test passed. So now it will start to feel the system, which means that we should be able to see soon that, yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it, but fluid is flowing in the aft cargo, and basically it's starting to clean the whole line. Thanks to this process, thanks to flow of the citric acid, it will start to decalcify the lines. The whole system is sealed, and this is what's coming out of it. And basically, as you saw before, the lines are pretty clean. But anyway, after this 5 hours, the water will look very bad. So, but thanks to this, we will be always sure that the lines are clean. There will be enough pressure to suck everything from lavatory alpha. So this is why we are doing it. 1 hour 30 minutes to go, which is good. Let's see how it looks inside. Oh. Not really tasty soup, right? So again, how the system works. As you can see, this is the pipe which we disconnect. That one leads to forward lavatory, leads all the way there. The other one above, this one, that one leads to aft toilets. So there is a connection to right one above me. That one leads to left one. The connection goes up there, and it leads to galley. Whenever you flush in the cabin, the water goes there in the water separator, and basically the suction is created, as I mentioned before, thanks to a generator which is all the way there in the back. It sucks the air from the tank, and then it is sent overboard. So this way we are creating vacuum on the ground and in the air. As I mentioned before, again, the vacuum is created thanks to difference of the pressure between outside and inside of the airplane. Since the airplane is pressurized, you have always enough power to suck the fluid from the toilets. So, and once we land, this tank is then drained through this connection into the track. There's inside we have a ball valve which will open, and then you will suck it from the tank. There's also the filling hose that leads into the tank. With that you are cleaning the sensor. You fill the tank with honeybee is how it's called, and that special liquid which liquefied the material which goes into the tank. At the moment we are in altitude of 34,000 feet, and I would like to show you how the suction power looks in the air, and later on we'll compare it with the vacuum generator. And basically you're not gonna hear the vacuum generator, so this is only differential pressure. It's really powerful and loud. So now let me show you how it looks on the ground. And we are on the same airplane but on the ground. So now we're gonna use vacuum generator. You can hear it? Yeah, this is the difference, just the vacuum generator. We can prepare the drain tube, and once the draining is finished, we will start draining the cart, and we'll fill it again. We'll flush it for 30 minutes and then drain, and again, so twice flush. Okay, we're finished, so we can drain our nice juice out of the tank. Tank is slowly draining, but what we can do, we can clean bit of compartment. So we'll switch on these, and that basically, thanks to that jet on the top, the probe, spray the water in the compartment, and that will clean it. So when we flush it once more, it will be flushed with the clean water.
A few moments later.
The probe cleaned the compartment as much as it was able to, so we can close the cleaning valve. Now we'll wait until the remaining water will drain, and then we'll fill it one more time. Yeah, tank is empty, so we can close drain valve, and we can start to fill it. And basically, meanwhile, I'm waiting for my device to fill up. I will actually replace the O-rings on the, and at least on this small segment, which I cleaned a few minutes ago. And then I'll replace all the others. We're gonna install all connections back up here. Okay, we reach our level, so we can close the filling. Again, we go with a single waste line cleaning, and we're not going for 5 hours. This program is for 30 minutes, so it will do the same thing again, which means that now it will perform the leak check, and whenever everything will be okay, which should be okay because we didn't move with anything, it will start the whole procedure. So let's wait. And everything is good, so procedure started already, and now we need to wait 28 minutes.
A few moments later.
So we're done, so we can start draining the tank. Once we're finished with this draining, we can fill it once again and do it one more time, and then we can pack everything and we can clean it. So the last flush will be proper, so that we're gonna have no remaining particles there. So let's wait a bit.
The second flush is basically the same thing, so we'll close the drain valve, we'll fill the tank. Whenever tank is full, we can close the filling valve. Then we will switch on the program, wait for leak check. Whenever leak check is done, we will wait 28 minutes. And this is how water looks after second flush, and I guess you can see the difference, right? Anyway, now we need to switch off the program, drain the cart, and of course we need to clean it for the next user.
Okay, that was the last flush. Compartment is basically clean, so we can start disconnecting everything and prepare airplane for the leak check. And we can start with disconnecting, starting from the cabin, which means that we will remove the clamp and move the hose out. Now I need to change O-ring over here and O-ring there, and then we can connect it back together. Of course, after we need to make a leak check. So let's pack this stuff.
This is very simple procedure, but many things can go wrong here. So first of all, we need to remove the old O-rings, install the new ones, and proper lubrication is a key. Then we need to install the sleeve, slide it over both ends, and then we can install the clamps.
It is correctly installed when all those 4 clips engage, which basically happen now. I cannot close the shroud because we need to obviously make a leak check. So now I'll move to the aft cargo. We're disconnecting now the section next to the tank. Please replace the O-rings. So, lubrication.
With Vaseline.
Right, so 2 new O-rings.
First O-ring is on.
Great. So this is the other sleeve, so you can push it through, and now basically we will just slide it in between those 2 pipes.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll just speed it up because this can be boring and the adjustment takes sometimes quite a while. But you know that you win when those 4 clips on the clamps engage. But for sure, if it is correctly installed, I'll know after test. Because like my good friend always says, in God we trust, everything else we need to test.
So we can put it on.
And again, this is one of the time-consuming part, but it needs to be evenly distributed on the drum. And my colleagues already packed the water hose, so I'll pack the pedal and we can close the equipment.
Okay, so we're finally done. We can switch off the device, remove the electric connection, and yeah, we can make a leak check. Almost ready. All that's remaining is to close CBs. And we can make leak check. Yep. So, and we'll flush it. There is no leak. And now we move to the aft cargo, and meanwhile we can install the shroud. So, in cargo, as you can see, there is no leak, which means that if the leak check pass, we can install the panel.
And meanwhile you see me installing the panel in the cargo, my colleagues are installing shroud in the forward lavatory, and the other ones are removing the Waliclean. And one side note regarding Waliclean, it was invented here in Austrian Airlines by few of the technicians. Anyway, I'm almost done, and I would like to ask you guys how you clean the lavatory system in your airline. Did you ever hear about Waliclean?
Okay, we are done in cargo. Which means that we can prepare airplane for towing because we are done. Well, that's more or less it about cleaning of the waistlines. So hopefully you have at least idea how this system works and what everything would do to keep them clean. So you as a passenger have nice and comfortable flight. I would like to ask you, as always, to don't use this as a replacement for your maintenance manual, but always use latest documentation released by manufacturer. I would like to say big thanks to Austrian that they let me to record this for you guys, so you can have a bit of you in the background of the aircraft maintenance. That's all from my side. My name is Tomáš, this was Aircraft Maintenance with Zeto, and I'll see you on next video. Bye.